The cover of periodical 18 from the 1944 Signal series shows a wonderful color photograph of a German one-man torpedo. Here in episode 222, we'll hear a first-hand combat report from a so-called torpedo writer who took part in an operation in the English Channel shortly after the Normandy invasion. Next, using rare film footage from various sources, we'll see the capabilities of this unique weapons platform. Then finally, we'll follow an actual successful nighttime raid, so stick around. It's worth it. I promise. The title reads, Deutscher Ein-Mann-Torpedo geht auf Feindfahrt. Colonel Corporal Walter Gerhold writes, the one-man torpedo is a weapon in which the courage of the lone warrior is especially important. The torpedo riders of the German Navy are always volunteers. Gerhold explains his successful participation in an operation in the English Channel, where an Aurora-class cruiser was torpedoed. I took careful aim and waited for just the right moment. It didn't take long, and I fired the torpedo. Then, as I was turning away, I heard a loud detonation, and then, a few seconds later, heard a second. The torpedo had struck the cruiser in the aft, and then set off its munitions. Within the dark, billowing smoke around the cruiser, I could easily see a string of small secondary explosions from the area of the ship's boiler. In this combat report, Walter was piloting the first-generation Neger, which basically was made up of two torpedoes, one on top of the other. The top torpedo had its explosive charge removed and was slightly elongated to make room for the pilot. It was incapable of submerging, which made it, if spotted by the enemy, extremely vulnerable. Here we see a team of MARDER pilots. The MARDER was a successor to the Neger. Its most important improvement was its ability to submerge to a depth of 10 meters. The craft was lengthened somewhat to accommodate the diving tank, which made this possible. Here, an assembled MARDER has been mounted on its custom trailer, ready for transport to the area of operation. The German one-man torpedoes were always sent out in groups, or wolf packs, to attack targets in number. The cockpit was covered by a watertight plastic canopy and was only about 18 inches above the surface. This meant that visibility was poor, with the resulting effect that many pilots lost their way or failed to spot any targets. Although the improvement gave the pilot at least a hope of escaping an engagement, it was extremely difficult to control underwater. Since it didn't have a periscope, the pilot was basically blind while under the water. The torpedo could also not be fired while submerged. The MARDER, like the Neger, could travel on the surface at a speed of 4.2 knots and had a range of 30 nautical miles. The MARDER could travel submerged at a speed of 3 knots. 200 Negers and 300 MARDERs were built during the war. This sensational footage shows how the MARDER's pilot targeted and actually fired its 21-inch torpedo. Outstanding.
Ein-Mann-Torpedos werden startklar gemacht. Die Freiwilligen erhalten in ihren Einsatzleiter geschart die letzten Anweisungen. Spurenvergleich. Es ist soweit. Die Piloten ziehen die Hauben über. In der Dämmerung, die bald durch den Schein des Mondes abgelöst wird, gehen die Torpedos in See. Wenn sich über den Piloten die Hauben geschlossen haben, sind diese Männer die einsamsten soldatischen Kämpfer. Ihre Bereitschaft hat sie allein in einen Kampf gestellt, der keine Kompromisse kennt. Einzeln fahren sie den Zielen entgegen und manchen von ihnen erwartet die Ungewissheit des ersten Gefechtes. Stunden angespannter und banger Erwartung vergehen inzwischen auf dem Beobachtungsschiff. Jetzt haben sie die Schusshebel gezogen. Explosionen fern am Horizont erhellen plötzlich die dämmerige Nacht. Die Piloten sind am Ziel und im Kampf. Ihre Torpedos haben abermals Lücken in die Armada des Feindes geschlagen. In der ersten Morgenstunde erwarten Kameraden am Strand die Rückkehr. Winzige schwarze Punkte werden in der Brandung sichtbar. Dann gibt das Meer die Helden wieder. Was sie einsetzten, wagten und erlebten, steht in ihren Gesichtern geschrieben. Typ eines neuen deutschen Soldaten, dem die Bedingungslosigkeit Kraft gegeben hat, jederzeit sich selbst zu opfern.
In the description of the video, you can find links to such originals that are for sale. Patreon members get to preview all uploaded videos and get access to exclusive footage. I encourage you to join our community. Open a free account at military1945.com. Thanks for watching.